Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Now we shall start our reading session, Loving the Self. First, before starting the session, we will do 5 minutes of meditation. Please be seated comfortably. Today is the occasion of Govardhan Puja, and therefore we are conducting meditation on Govardhan Puja. Let the mind settle. Let the breath become soft. Feel the calmness in the heart. Today is a sacred remembrance, Govardhan Puja, a day when Lord Krishna lifted the mighty Govardhan mountain, not to display strength, but to protect, to nurture, to remind us that true power lies in love, faith, and surrender. Visualize before you the green Govardhan hill, lush, peaceful, glowing with divine light. Feel the energy of nature, the trees, the cows, the gentle wind, all rejoicing in Krishna's loving presence. Now bring your attention to the feeling of protection. Just as Krishna protected the people of Vrindavan, you too are protected by the divine energy of love. No storm, no fear can shake the one who has faith. Breathe in this feeling of safety and breathe out all worry. Now reflect. The mountain Krishna lifted was not only physical, it symbolizes the mountain of burdens we carry in life. Our worries, attachments, and expectations. Can I today offer my own mountain to the divine? Can I surrender my ego, my fears, my pride, and let divine love lift it away? Feel the lightness in your heart. A gentle smile arises, like the smile of Krishna, playful, compassionate, serene. Now imagine offering to the divine a simple meal, like the people of Vrindavan offered food to Govardhan Hill. Offer your gratitude for the earth, for nature, for all who nourish and protect you. With each breath, feel your heart overflowing with gratitude for the shelter of faith, for nourishment of love, for power of surrender. Affirm gently within, I am protected by divine love. I offer my burdens to the Supreme. I walk lightly, joyfully, and with gratitude. Feel your surroundings. Take a deep breath, and when you are ready, you can open your eyes. So now we will begin our reading session. I would like Anika sister to now share the screen of PDF. Hello. Sister. हेलो अनिका सिस्टर।
हाँ जी सिस्टर, हाँ जी, सॉरी। मैं स्क्रीन
हाँ
शेयर
जी।
करती हूँ। हाँ जी।
हाँ जी। हाँ जी।
हाँ
हाँ
जी।
जी।
हाँ जी।
So now we will start the session, loving the self. I continue to explain that no matter what their problem seems to be, there is only one thing I ever work with anyone, and this is loving the self. So we are in the second chapter of this book, healing book. So this chapter is what is the problem. Now, Louise Hay, while she was conducting counseling session, she used to give only one solution to everybody, and that was loving the self. So she is explaining about the same. She is telling that love is the miracle cure. And what about, she is talking about love of self, not loving others. Here she is focusing on loving the self. She is telling love is a miracle cure. Loving ourselves work miracles in our lives. I am not talking about vanity or arrogance or being stuck up. Here we have to very clearly understand that love doesn't mean that we remain stuck up in our life or we remain careless about the things and we only lazy, only in our comfort zone. This is not the self love which author is talking about. Author is telling for that is it is only fear. I am talking about having a great respect for ourselves and a gratitude for the miracle of our bodies and our minds. This is very true. This body is a magical gift of God. It's a vehicle of the soul in which our soul lives, experiences life, and no power of this world could create a body. However, human beings are creating robots. AI has become very progressive nowadays, but no power can create a human body. And also mind is an instrument of soul. Today mind has overpowered us and we become so much occupied by our mind. We become so much disturbed, but mind is a magical instrument. We have to order our mind. We have to bring those days back when mind was used as a instrument. Now mind is using us, but now the days are have to come back. Love to me is appreciation to such a degree that it fills my heart to bustling and overflows. See, it is so beautiful definition by the author. We almost remain criticizing towards ourselves. हम मैंने ऐसे नहीं किया, मुझे वैसा करना चाहिए था, मैं डिसिप्लिन नहीं हूँ अब तक भी कुछ किया नहीं है लाइफ में, या मम्मी पापा के प्रति या फ्रेंड्स के प्रति या लुक्स के प्रति हम कहीं ना कहीं खुद को ना क्रिटिसाइज बहुत कर लेते हैं. एंड ऑथर क्या समझा रहे हैं? लव टू मी इज एप्रिसिएशन टू सच अ डिग्री दैट फिल्स माय हार्ट टू बस्टलिंग एंड ओवरफ्लोज. ऐसा जैसे लबालब सब भर गया हो, भरपूर वाला एप्रिसिएशन खुद के प्रति. Love can go in any direction. I can feel love for. Love कहीं पे भी जा सकता है, हम किसी चीज के लिए भी love feel कर सकते हैं. The very process of life itself, the joy of being alive, the beauty I see, another person, knowledge, the process of the mind, our bodies, and the work, animals, birds, fish, vegetation in all its forms, the universe and the way it works. हम किसी भी चीज के प्रति लव फील कर सकते हैं. चाहे लाइफ का प्रोसेस है, चाहे हम जिंदा हैं उस चीज के लिए, या जो भी हम देख रहे हैं, या जो भी दूसरे लोग हैं हमारे पास, या जो नॉलेज होता है, या माइंड के लिए, या फिर हमारे बॉडीज के लिए, या एनिमल्स, बर्ड्स, हर चीज के लिए प्यार फील कर सकते हैं। प्यार की कोई कमी ही नहीं है जिसके लिए आज हम प्यासे फिरते रहते हैं। देखा जाए तो प्यार की कमी है ही नहीं कहीं पर। वॉट कैन यू एड टू दिस लिस्ट? अब ऑथर पूछ रही है कि मैंने तो आपको ये एग्जाम्पल्स दे दिया, आप क्या ऐड कर सकते हो? लेट्स लुक एट सम ऑफ द वेज वी डोंट लव आवरसेल्फ। ये भी बहुत जरूरी बात है। अब हम देखेंगे कि हम किस किस एरियाज में खुद को लव नहीं करते। We scold and criticize ourselves endlessly. किसके साथ ये होता है? Personally, I feel I do this. So I have to learn loving myself. We scold and criticize ourselves endlessly. We mistreat our body. Even I do this one. I mistreat my body when I am mentally disturbed. और मैं उसको खराब कर लेती हूँ कुछ इधर उधर खाकर. So this is also bit to be learned. We mistreat bodies with food and drugs. और फूड, ऑयली फूड हुआ या कोई जंक बिस्किट्स हुआ, मिक्सचर हुआ, हमारा सारा वो सब चीज में ध्यान चला जाता है जो हमें खाना नहीं चाहिए। तो फिर ये भी तो सेल्फ लव नहीं है, ये तो फिर डिस्ट्रैक्शन है। We choose to believe we are unlovable. Yes, we are afraid to charge a decent price for our services. Even this is so true. We create illnesses and pain in our body. We procrastinate on things that would benefit us. We live in chaos and disorder. See, this is also not loving ourselves. We create debt and burdens. We attract lovers and mates who belittle us. What are some of your ways? Now author has given us two things. पहले तो उन्होंने बोला कि किस किस चीज के लिए आप प्यार फील कर सकते हो वो लिस्ट में ऐड करो। तो हमें ये चीज भी खुद के लिए सोचना है कि हम क्या चीज के लिए और भी प्यार फील कर सकते हैं। और दूसरा, सम ऑफ योर वेज जब ऑथर पूछ रहे हैं, कब कब अपने हैं, तो वो चीज सब बहुत अच्छे से देखना है ताकि हमारी हीलिंग बहुत अच्छी हो। We deny our way, it is an act of not loving ourselves. I remember a client I worked with who wore glasses. One day, we released an old fear from childhood. The next day, she awakened to find her contact lenses were bothering her too much to wear. She looked around and found her eyesight was perfectly clear. Yet she spent the whole day saying, I don't believe it, I don't believe it. The next day she was back to wearing contacts. Our subconscious mind has no sense of humor. She couldn't believe she had created perfect eyesight. तो ऑथर एक एग्जाम्पल दे रहे हैं कि हम अपने गुड को डिनाई तो नहीं करते किसी तरीके से। हमारे साथ कुछ अच्छा हो जाता है तो भी हम सोचते हैं कि ऐसा हो सकता है क्या, ऐसा हो सकता है क्या, करके हम उसे बिलीव नहीं करते। तो यहाँ पे जो उनकी क्लाइंट थी उन्होंने आईसाइट को ठीक किया था और उनका आईसाइट ठीक हो चुका था, बट शी kept on saying that she don't believe it, and next day she was again back to wearing contacts क्योंकि उन्होंने विश्वास ही नहीं किया। Lack of self worth is another expression of not loving ourselves. Tom was very good artist and he had some wealthy clients who asked him to decorate a wall or two in their homes. Yet somehow he was always behind in his own bill paying. His original quote was never enough to cover the time involved to complete the work. Anyone who gives a service or creates a one of a kind product can charge any price. People with wealth love to pay a lot for what they get. It gives the item more value. So यहाँ पे लिखा है कि टॉम एक बहुत अच्छा आर्टिस्ट था, वही उसके पास वेल्दी क्लाइंट्स भी थे, बट समहाउ वो अपने बिल को हमेशा कम ही रखा करता था। वो उतना कोट नहीं करता था जितना वो डिजर्विंग था। तो ऑथर यहाँ समझा रहे कि हमें अपना बिल को लो कोट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि पीपल जिनके पास वेल्थ है, दे लव टू पे मोर फॉर व्हाट दे आर गेटिंग। It gives the item more value. For example, our partner is tired and grouchy. We wonder what we have done wrong to cause it. He takes us out once or twice and never calls again. We think something must be wrong with us. Our marriage ends and we are sure we are a failure. We are afraid to ask for a raise. Our body do not match those in Gentleman's Quarterly or Vogue magazine, and we feel inferior. We don't make the sale or get the part, and we are sure we are not good enough. यहाँ पे ऑथर सब एग्जाम्पल्स दे रहे कि कैसे हम खुद को ही वर्दी नहीं मानते हैं और अच्छा पार्टनर को भी लूज कर देते हैं। मैरिज एंड होता है तो हम सोचते हैं कि अब तो हम फेल ही हो गए, अब कुछ अच्छा नहीं हो सकता। हमारा पार्टनर अगर कुछ टायर्ड है, कुछ चिड़चिड़ा है, तो हम अपने ऊपर ले लेते हैं। वी आर अफ्रेड, हम अपने जॉब के लिए जब प्रमोशन या सैलरी रेस की बात आती है तो हम अफ्रेड होते हैं कि हम रेस डिजर्व नहीं करते, हम अपने ही वर्थ को कम रखते हैं। वही यहाँ पे ऑथर हमें समझा रहे हैं। वी आर अफ्रेड ऑफ इंटीमेसी एंड अलाउइंग एनी वन टू गेट टू क्लोज, सो वी हैव एनिमियस sex. We can't make decision because we are sure they will be wrong. This is also such a nice example because decision is a day-to-day activity, and we can't make decision because we think we are surely going to be wrong. How do you express your lack of self-worth? ये सारे इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है जो स्टेप बाय स्टेप ऑथर हमें खुद को अंदर एनालाइज करने के लिए बोल रही है। तो ऑथर यहाँ पे यही, योर लैक ऑफ सेल्फ वर्थ। Now we will start the perfection of babies. How perfect you were when you were a tiny baby. Babies do not have act as if they know it. They know they are the center of the universe. They are not afraid to ask for what they want. They freely express their emotions. You know when a baby is angry. In fact, the whole neighborhood knows. You also know when babies are happy, for their smiles light up a room. They are full of love. Tiny babies will die if they do not get love. Babies are so much sensitive. Babies are fully authentic, transparent in their emotions. They express fully because they know that they are center of the universe. So when they cry so aloud that neighbors come to know. When they express something, they smile, they are happy. So everybody will get attracted towards the baby because their smile lights up the whole room. They are so full of love. So tiny babies, यहाँ पे author समझा रहे कि tiny babies will die if they once we are older we without love, हमें आदत सी पड़ जाती है, but babies will not stand for it. Babies also love every part of their bodies, even their own faces. They have incredible courage. You were like that. We, as a small children, when we were full tiny babies, ignorant about the things which are going on around us, we were also same like this. We were all like that. Then we began to listen to adults around us who had learned to be fearful, and we began to deny our own magnificence. I never believe it when clients try to convince me how terrible they are or how unlivable they are. My work is to bring them back to the time when they knew how to really love themselves. So we are so much of tired. so much of self criticism towards ourselves that we even believe and we try to convince the second person that I am really a very terrible person and I am really very unlovable. So here author is telling that my work, I never believe when clients are so much of convincing attitude that I'm terrible, I'm unlovable. Author tries to bring them back to the time when they really thought that they can love themselves. So now here author is talking about client to pick up a small mirror, look into their own eyes and say their names and I love accept you exactly as you are. This is so difficult to many people. Here author is talking about one mirror exercise. छोटा सा मिरर अपने हाथ में लो, मिरर में देखो और अपना नाम कहते हुए बोलो कि आई लव एंड एग्जैक्टली। ऑथर का एक्सपीरियंस ये बोल रहा है कि मेरी बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता था। सेल्डम अ काम रिएक्शन, बहुत कम ऐसा होता था कि काम रिएक्शन उनको मिलता है। लेट अलोन एंजॉयमेंट फ्रॉम दिस एक्सरसाइज। Some cry or are close to tears. Some get angry. Some belittle their features or quality. Some insist they can't do it. I even had one man throw the mirror across the room. This is what we are coming to know, that how much of self hatred, self rejection, self criticism हमारे मन में भर्ती होके रखा है। इसलिए ऑथर ये समझा रहे हैं कि मेनी पीपल वर सो मच फुल ऑफ एंग्री जब वो ये मिरर एक्सरसाइज करने बोलते थे, या फिर वो अपने फीचर्स को लेकर बहुत बिलिटल फील करते थे। दे यूज टू इंसिस्ट द ऑथर कि हम ये नहीं कर सकते हैं। एंड ऑथर के पास एक क्लाइंट था जिन्होंने तो मिरर को फेंक ही दिया था। It took him several months before he could begin to relate to himself in the mirror. And this is so much shocking when I'm reading this कि उनको several months लग गए थे। For years, I looked into the mirror only to criticize what I saw there, recalling the endless hours I spent plucking my eyebrows, trying to make myself presentable amuses me now. I remember it used to frighten me to look into my own eyes. यहाँ पे आई थिंक ऑथर उसी क्लाइंट के बारे में बता रही कि क्लाइंट ने बोला कि सालों तक मैं जब भी मिरर में देखता था तो मैं खुद को बहुत क्रिटिसाइज करता था और मेरे आईब्रोज को मैं प्लक करता था। अभी वो सारी बातें उनको हंसी में लगती है। उन्होंने बोला कि वो रिमेम्बर, वो याद करते हैं कि खुद के आंखों में देखने के लिए वो डरते थे बहुत। So this simple exercise shows me so much. In less than an hour, I am able to get to some of the core issues that are beneath the outer problem. If we work only on the level of the problem, we can spend endless time working out each and every detail. And the minute we think we have it all fixed up, it will crop up somewhere else. सो यहाँ पे ऑथर यही कह रहे कि ये छोटा सा जो एक्सरसाइज है मिरर वाला, उस उनसे उस एक्सरसाइज से ऑथर को आधे घंटे से भी कम में ये पता चल जाता है कि कोर इशू क्या है। तो वो लेवल उस प्रॉब्लम पे फिर वर्क करना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं डिटेल में। अब ऑथर समझा रहे हैं द प्रॉब्लम इज रेयरली द रियल प्रॉब्लम। सो इधर हम पढ़ेंगे क्या मतलब है ऑथर का इस बात से कि द प्रॉब्लम इज रेयरली द रियल प्रॉब्लम। शी वॉज सो कंसर्न्ड with her looks and especially with her teeth. She went from dentist to dentist, feeling each one had only made her look worse. She went to have her nose